Hello and welcome to World of Twitch, episode 3, where we will discuss things such as OG streamers, partnership, a new form of partnership. We will also discuss better Twitch TV, global emotes, and difference in communities that are on Twitch. Big communities versus smaller ones, and a little bit more crazy ones. This is all brought to you over at twitch.tv/Bergerbrush, and I am the host of the show as well, Bergerbrush himself. Thank you very much for stopping by, everyone, so far. We also got a couple of guests here. I'm gonna turn on my sound now so they can hear me, hopefully. We're also brought here with us 2 guests. Our first guest being YoungTragedy. Hello, my friend.
Hello, welcome.
Thank you very much. And we also have the hero of the story, the newly rebranded Heavy Metal Haven. Hello, my friend.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Pleasure to be here.
Awesome. So we're gonna start off with asking you guys what you guys have been up to lately. So the hero of the story, what have you been up to lately? I know you rebranded and everything, and you're looking to push your channel in a new way. What have you been up to the last week or month or so, would you say?
Well, obviously over the last couple of weeks, it's just really just been the rebranding process. New emotes are going to be currently on the way, new overlays, new alerts. So always something good to be looking forward to there. As far as like actual content creation, probably going to be shifting more towards the things like Dark Souls and Bloodborne, the Soulsborne franchises, things like that nature. In order to, because that's a franchise that I just adore, hands down, pretty much more than anything. So yeah, that's kind of the direction I wanted to take things. Maybe looking into some speed running. Who knows?
Yeah, and I know also from seeing that myself and knowing other streamers that are sort of in that sort of gameplay, it seems to have a great community over there as well. The viewers, the bigger streamers, there all seems to be a connectivity between everyone and a great community, not a toxic one, just a community where everyone have fun and try to strive to do some fun stuff over there. I see a big resemblance between Path of Exile and the Dark Souls slash Bloodborne community when I look over at Twitch, because most games don't really have a community like that. So I think it's a great franchise to get into, and good luck on your rebranding as well. I'm really excited to see what will come out of this rebranding, and I like the name so far. The hero of the story. It's a catchy name. People are like, ooh, this is very interesting, and excited to see what you bring more to the table as well in terms of alerts and everything that you said. So our second guest as well, like I said, is YoungTragedy, a what I would say a very good friend of mine. I think we've become pretty good friends over the past weeks. Another a very good Fortnite player as well. So YoungTragedy, what have you been up to the last couple of weeks? Have you just been grinding that Fortnite game, trying to get more wins and make a mark as one of the top tier players and gamers and streamers out there in the Fortnite scene?
Yeah, I kind of been grinding some wins. I actually got like my average is like 5 or 6 per day. But also been actually just 1 hour before you called me, I made a phone call and bought a whole new streaming PC to actually improve my quality and start making YouTube videos also.
PogChamp.
Yeah, right. Actually, it isn't done help me so much with the components.
Yeah, it isn't that is a true hero, that is for sure. But yeah, so you've been grinding Fortnite, been getting a lot of wins. Are you gonna stick with Fortnite in the future as well?
Yeah, actually, I want to be top 1%, and the new PC will actually really, really help me because at the moment it's been like minimum. I have like 11% win, and that's in squad. If I do duos or solo, it's gonna be like 20 or something like that.
Yeah. So you said that you want to become one of the top 1% in Fortnite. Do you know sort of where you are at right now?
1,000, somewhere around 1,000. If I actually do solo games.
Okay. So 1,000, do you mean like spot 1,000? How does that mean, like
Yeah,
on,
and top
percentage wise?
in top 1,000 should be like 10% or
Okay,
less.
okay.
So it's not that bad. Not a long way to go.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like top 10% is still pretty damn strong if you ask me. And the more you grind the game, and getting a new PC will definitely help for sure. Coming from someone who used to have the worst PC of all time, play CS:GO with 50 FPS, and I couldn't even move my mouse without lagging. When I got my new PC a while back, the difference was incredible. Like, I took fights that I couldn't do before, and I won so much more games and was so better in that game than I was before, because a strong PC really helps a lot when you play games, and most people don't really understand how much it helps as well.
Yeah, it does help.
So we are going to talk about some different topics today again. Like every talk show that we have here, we have topic number 1, then we go into tips and tricks, then we take questions from the Twitch chat, then we go into my favorite thing, the conspiracy corner, and then we end off with another topic as well. So it's going to be the same thing today, and the first topic that we're going to jump right into right now is OG streamers, partnership, and new form of partnership. So I'm going to talk a little bit about OG streamers and how they sort of look on the partnership situation that is out there right now. So I've heard from some other streamers, some other talk shows, some other streamers that I watch, that they feel like Twitch is basically pretty split up right now in terms of where they keep their biggest streamers and where they keep all the other streamers. The affiliation program came into Twitch about a year ago in April, I think, and it changed the game a lot, you know. But still, there are a lot of people out there who are partnered who are very small streamers, sort of myself, for example. And then you have the people who are like 5, 10, 15, 20,000 viewers, and somehow they're given the same respect like these smaller streamers are, just because they're partnered as well. So I've heard a lot of OG streamers talking about maybe there should be a new form of partnership where the higher streamers, the bigger streamers that have been here for years, the ones that are averaging 10,000s of viewers every day, should have some other form of partnership. So first of all, let me get into this with you, YoungTragedy. You are someone who are very deep into Twitch. You're not a normie per se. You probably know of a lot of big streamers, and you've probably seen, you know, small, big, medium streamers. You've seen them all. You've seen all the communities. What do you think about getting a new form of partnership that would only be for like streamers that are very, very big on Twitch? Do you think that would be would it be like supreme partnership, or what would it be? Do you think it would be weird, or do you think that would be actually a smart idea to like show these guys that, yeah, you guys are the OGs, you guys are the best of the best, really?
It would be a really great idea to have categories per size of a streamer, because think about it like this: there was a mother to two children that I'm watching plays Fortnite really great. She's the first female invitational in Fortnite.
Okay.
She said yesterday night that she cannot make full-time Twitch because she doesn't want to have only one source of income, and that's not a sure source of income. So there will be like categories. There should be like, yeah, I can grind and actually have like a salary. For the bigger streamers to have a salary monthly, I think would be okay. What you say about that one?
Yeah, I definitely agree. The problem with all of this with Twitch is that like all the income you get is really the income from how big you are, or how many subs you have, donations and bits and everything like that. So getting a steady income from Twitch, like you actually have a real job, because even though partnered and affiliates have some sort of contract from Twitch, it's still a very loose and pretty awful contract from what I understand. And they can rip that contract apart any day they want for any reason they want as well, it feels like. And the only way that you make money is that you make money from other people that are your viewers, basically. So unless you are really big, you get a lot of viewers, then you're not going to make that much money. And Twitch do have a problem with helping smaller mid streamers get opportunities to grow as well. So we talked about this last time as well, where there would maybe be different directories where you would have big, small, and medium streamers for people to find the channels they want more easier, because some people are more interested in a channel where you can talk to the streamer, the chat isn't going crazy, and the streamer isn't really ignoring the chat, you know. So yeah, that would definitely be interesting. But for example, for like a new form of partnership, do you think that that would be anything that Twitch would want to look into in order to like sort of boost up the bigger streamers even more? Because some of the bigger streamers feel like they deserve that, but a lot of the small streamers feel like we're not getting anything, you know?
All right, so about this, let's start with the smaller streamers. Let's say, still going the salary idea. Yeah, there's gonna be really good people, really good, great streamers, but they cannot do it full time, or not even half of the day, like 6 or 8 hours, 4 hours. Let's say they give them a small salary. It's not much, but they will have something, so they can grind it out and increase and get better. I think that would be a great way to start with it. Or another way would be like Mixer has it, some sort of way to get exposure.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. When you talk about actually getting a salary and everything, it's pretty weird. I got contacted by a company a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago. I got contacted by a company that are starting up a new streaming platform, and they said, we want you on board with our platform, and we might be able to offer you partnership pretty fast. And there was different form of partnerships there. You had like the first form of partnership, the people who were first on the platform. Then you had the smallest partnership form, and then you had like some weird partnership form that I don't really remember what it was. But some of these partnership forms that they had, you would get salary based on how many viewers you average per month. So if you had like 1,000 viewers, you would get like $1,000 per month just because of the viewers. No subscription revenue, no ad revenue, no like donations or nothing. It would be based off viewership only. And I felt like that sounds a little bit too good to be true. But I think that like Twitch need to focus something more on helping out some streamers that deserve it and have the content to grow big. I recently saw, I don't know how long this was ago, like maybe 4 or 5 months ago, I think Twitch England and US made some form of contest where partnered streamers who are close to doing part-time or full-time would enter some contest, and they would draw like 6 people from that who would have a chance to win like $100,000 or something. It was not that much, like $25,000 to give them a chance to go full-time. And I think Twitch should start looking more into that for different regions and different forms of streamers and different games. Like you say, YoungTragedy there with the girl who can't really do full-time, but she probably deserves it. And if she was given the opportunity, she would probably crush it, you know? So the hero of the story. Haven't said much yet because I've just been swinging questions over here to YoungTragedy. So let's swing something over to you as well. Do you really know a lot about like OG streamers, and do you ever watch big streamers, and do you like know what I'm talking about here? Have you ever heard anyone talk about like, hey, I feel like I should get more even though they're already big enough, and do you feel like that's wrong in a way?
The only big streamer that I'm really familiar with is Man vs. Game, as far as the OGs.
Yeah.
I kind of got into the game pretty late, you know. So like, so discovering some of the OG streamers has been not really something I've really been looking for. But as far as what you're talking about, as far as a new form of partnership, I actually like that idea. You know, as long as it doesn't, you know, go out and create some form of elitism, you know, amongst, you know, the bigger streamers ostracizing the smaller streamers, you know, as long as it can still be somewhat of a joint effort, because you know, some bigger streamers out there, you know, like yourself, I mean, compared to me, you know, you're a bigger streamer, I think. And but you'll reach out to the small people, if you will, and really try to, you know, help them out. But yeah, the idea of like a salary based on viewership or something of that nature does actually sound appealing. Um, even though I'm not really close to that myself. But I watched. Excuse me. I came in late and saw you grasp a hold of partnership uh, fairly quickly from the time that I started talking to you, and that was that was pretty amazing. But I can also see that there are the newly partnered streamers, if you will, that can't do it full time and would want to. I myself would like to get to that point as someday. Um, but so yeah, having a program such as that where you're offered an incentive or some kind of backing that would allow you to get that jump start into going full time or a salary type of situation where you can be pretty much you know self-sustaining as a streamer, and not just base it on ad revenues and revenues based on your followers,
Yeah.
because a lot of people have followers that can't always afford to subscribe every month or can't always afford to give hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars in donations and whatnot. Yes, those people are out there.
Yeah.
You see it all the time. And it's really amazing when that happens. But yeah, I think something a bit more consistent. Twitch, I believe, really should look more into something of that nature. So yeah, I agree with Young Tragedy on this one.
Yeah. It actually just hit me because there was something else that I wanted to take up when I talk about partnership. I feel I've already talked about this last time, and I usually talk about it with people who come into my channel and talk to me and in different discords, that I feel like partnership, the way that partnership is right now, is something that people shouldn't really strive for the most that they can. People come to me and they're like, dude, you made it, you got partnered and everything, and people are like, all I have to do now is to get partnered. And I feel like that's the wrong way to view it. First of all, you shouldn't really just focus on getting partnered. You should focus on growing a wonderful, amazing community. And once you've done that, partnership will come so easily. But people focus on the wrong thing. But it wasn't really that I was thinking of first of all. Lately, and for a long time, but very recently, I've seen a lot of smaller streamers getting partnership sort of through the back door, I would say. Now, I don't want to throw dirt on these people. Some of them are actually my friends, and they have great channels and everything, but I've seen a lot of people get partnered even though they 100% only average 15, 20 viewers. And from what I understand, you're not really supposed to get partnered if you got 20 viewers, and you don't really grow that much right now, or haven't been growing at all the past like 6 months. If you've been averaging 15, 20 viewers for a year now and you're not getting anywhere, why would you be offered partnership? So I feel like that is very weird to see, that so many people are getting partnered now, even though they don't really have what it takes to get partnered, I would say. And I've seen like a lot of people get partnered through many different ways that aren't the normal system as well. There's a lot of people getting partnered right now through stream teams. Just a basic stream team where people are partnered in a stream team. Someone joins the stream team and they get partnership through that as well. And I feel like that is really weird to see, actually. And some people in different areas getting partnered just because of the area that they live in. That is a whole nother thing, I would say, but it's still sort of weird as well. That someone who only streamed for like a month is already partnered. I can understand that Twitch is partnering people depending on their location in the world because they want that location to get more involved with Twitch. But still, I've seen some people like that get partnered even though they've been streaming for like 2 weeks, which is really weird. So anyway, this thing that I wanted to talk about is that I think that the partnership system right now is broken. The big streamers are sort of given the same respect as the small streamers just because you have a little badge next to your name. So whenever I go into a stream, some people flip out because they're like, oh my god, you're partnered. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm still a very small streamer, just so you know. You don't have to freak out. I'm not big or anything, but they're like, yeah, but you have the verified badge. I'm like, still, that doesn't matter at all. It has no context for just that I'm here on this channel trying to talk to the streamer, you know? And I feel like myself even are too small to be partnered. And the way that I got it was weird because I was on a high note. I got it. Then after that, my stream really took a hit, and I started, you know, decreasing in viewership and everything. And ever since that, I feel like, yeah, I shouldn't have gotten that partnership in the first place. So what I think that Twitch should do, now when we talk about like if there should be a new form of partnership, there should be salary involved, and streamers should be given a chance to grow. I think that having 3 different stages would be the best. Affiliation is a great thing because people are more involved with Twitch and you have your own emotes, which you never had before. People think it's a lot of fun having subscribers, which they've been seeing people on Twitch have for years now. And now you have your own subscribe button and everything, and it's pretty easy to get it as well. Affiliations should stay. You should have this form of partnership, I guess, that everyone has right now. And then you should have some sort of new partnership that is like the grand status, or grand status, however you pronounce that. And I think that the middle partnership that, for example, I have right now, that I think would be in the future, would be what I have right now. I think that when you have sort of the viewership that you're supposed to have right now, like 75 or more, that's when you should get partnered. They should keep a harder track of who they partner, and they shouldn't partner just people that got 15, 20 viewers just because they're in a stream team or something like that. And they shouldn't partner someone who's just on a high roll. They should look like, okay, you've been growing steadily and you've been averaging these stats for months now. It's looking pretty good for you. We see the content that you do and the games that you play, and we see a future in you. And once you hit that first form of partnership, Twitch should help you grow by having like another directory where people can find you and you are given the chance to grow. Sadly, this will sort of weed out it for the smaller streams as well, I think, which is another bad thing, but I guess you would have to look at that differently on how you help like the affiliated streamers as well. But for the partner streamers that are averaging like 50 to, let's say, 500 viewers, they would have their own directory or something, and Twitch would push them a little bit more. Put them on the front of the website, maybe make a tweet about someone here and there to give them just a chance of growing. Because some people might not have enough content or grind enough to actually make it, but unless they're given the chance, no one will ever know. So if there's some partner streamer out there right now who has 100 viewers and have been averaging that for 6 months, but if they were given the chance, they could average 10,000 viewers every day because they have such good content, but Twitch never really gave them the chance. I think that would be good to have the form of partnership that you have now with the emotes, ad revenue, blah blah blah, but they would give them another chance. And if you would grow even bigger and bigger, you could apply for the next form of partnership, which is like the super status, and that would also involve some sort of revenue as well, like a salary, like you say. Not only the subscriptions and the donations, which your viewers might not be able to supply you with enough, but that Twitch would also be in there like, yeah, we can boost you up a little bit as well, because now you made it to the top tier streamer and you should be able to do this part full time, and we want you to do it full time because you provide such great content. Viewers absolutely love you. So yeah, I think that personally I feel like there should be maybe different forms of partnership or different forms of stages as a streamer, affiliation, something, and then partnership or whatever. And I definitely think that Twitch should switch it up in the directories and how they help smaller streamers and medium streamers and the way they grow. So YoungTragedy, what do you think of this? Do you think that this would be a good idea to have like 3 different stages of streaming, and do you think that what I'm saying here makes a little bit of sense, even though I haven't really said anything that focuses on affiliates or smaller streamers yet?
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. I was actually thinking about 3 types of partnerships not too long ago.
Yeah.
You actually said this, so yeah, it makes sense. Like the first one should be like level 1 or tier 1, like 75 to 999 views average.
Yeah.
Second one, 1,000 to 9,099, and the third one to whatever, 10,000 and above. But the second one should have something like, let's say that not everybody agrees with the salary per month to the streamer. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Then should say like, here, this streamer talking with the Twitch support, like, I need $2,000 a month. If the viewers cannot provide me, you provide me the rest of what I need to make $2,000 per month and be able to be a full-time streamer. Not sure about this one, just a thought.
Yeah, but it's you got something there as well. Like when you have a real job in the real world or whatever. I don't want to really say real job in the real world because you can still have streaming as a real job or whatever. But like when you have a real job at wherever you work, like for example where I work, you actually have a meeting with your with my employee and my boss where we discuss my salary. I could say like I deserve more salary because I work very hard and I do this and I do that, and in the future I will be able to provide you with even more. So I think that Twitch maybe should be looking into some salary options for people who are about to make it as full-time streamers, because Twitch wants people to be full-time streamers because the more they put out content, the more viewers can find them, the more viewers can enjoy it, and the more Twitch can gain from it as well. So Twitch should be there helping these streamers. And then they could just have a meeting with Twitch saying like, hey, this is how many subscribers I have and I think that's going to be steady, and this is sort of how much donations and everything I have, but I still don't have enough for making it as full-time. Could you provide me with $500 a month and I can make it easy? And Twitch should be looking like, yeah, maybe 500 is a little bit too much. We can give you $300 and you were going to have to take a little bit of risk, but then the person might be like, okay, $300 is still fine. I'll just have to grind even harder and probably I'll make up to $200 last myself, you know? So yeah, I think that Twitch should be looking into expanding in different ways and trying to look at like the way that they handle streamers right now in different ways. The hero of the story, what do you think about this? And like, do you think that there could be something that they could do for affiliated streamers or smaller streamers? Because we haven't really brought up that too much, because I don't want to leave affiliated streamers or smaller streamers in the dark either. There needs to be a way to give everyone on Twitch the possibility to grow. Because if you're the best streamer on the planet, but you have no viewers, you're not going to be able to grow that much because you have no viewers in the first place. But you might be the funniest guy in the world. So like, how would Twitch battle that, do you think?
That is actually a very good question.
That's a golden question for sure.
Well, I mean, you know, way to make it easy on me.
Sorry.
But no, I don't know. The way things are set up right now, currently, as far as the way that an affiliate streamer does things, we basically we get any and all viewership pretty much through the system of someone logs into Twitch for maybe the first time or whatever, and then they decide, okay, I want to follow X game. Let's say it's Call of Duty. I want to follow Call of Duty World War II. So they put that in, and then of course Twitch gives them pretty much a list of the top streamers that are currently streaming Call of Duty at that particular time. And of course, if you're not in that time bracket at that moment, then you're not going to get the auto follow, which I don't like the auto follows personally. I think that's kind of garbage. It's false numbers, and you don't get any actual viewership from that.
Yeah,
I can't really think
when they added that was total bullshit. When they added the app on the phone and the auto follow, that is like you say, that's just awful. But yeah, keep going.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. It's garbage. But I'm not really sure what they could do as far as perhaps like circumventing that. I guess, well, getting rid of the auto follow function would be optimal, simply because of the fact that it would give people the opportunity to look for themselves, decide for themselves, okay, this person right here seems like they're putting out some of the best content on Twitch, whether they're a big partner streamer or if they're just an affiliate, but he's like the he's putting out content that puts the the partner streamer to shame or whatever.
Yeah.
As far as Twitch being able to supplement or help the smaller streamers, I think that would actually kind of be a good thing, because just boosting follower numbers isn't really going to do a whole lot. We know this from experience that just having a large follower count doesn't really amount to a ton. What really means anything is viewership. And, of course, that, like I said, just leave the directory kind of as it is, but find a way to maybe keep a log of everyone who streams that particular game or whatever that they're trying to follow, whether it's IRL or a game or whatever. That way, like I said, people can go through and just kind of pick for themselves who they would want to watch or check out, because why would you like follow a channel automatically and then just be like a month down the road you're like, okay, I'm following this guy, what the heck is he doing? Unfollow pretty much immediately. It's like, I don't care about what that guy's doing. Or some people actually do enjoy that smaller stream that allows for more interactivity. In fact, I've had that said to me quite a few times in my own streams. But again, as far as Twitch actually being able to supplement and assist the affiliate and the pre-affiliate streamer, that one's a bit tough, because a lot of the times, actually, I'll use myself as an example. Before I became an affiliate, it's nigh impossible on your own. That's why, like, to a certain degree, stream teams are definitely a good thing. But of course, I can also see the downside of that as well. If I had not been able to meet up with the stream team that I'm part of, then my hopes of gaining affiliation would have been, nigh to impossible. And of course, you take into account the viewership bug that will probably never go away. But I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how Twitch could actually be more active as far as getting an affiliate or a pre-affiliate to the affiliate status, and then assisting the affiliate further. Because a lot of affiliates, such as myself, and even partner streamers such as yourself, work full-time jobs, and then we stream on the side. Generally either just for fun or, as the means to reach that point in which we can stream full-time.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I'm not 100% sure. In fact, I don't even really have any ideas at the moment. But
That's all right.
yeah.
But yeah, you said a couple of interesting things there, and I just want to start off by saying, I think that Twitch, if Twitch would have some sort of system that gives different streamers of different sizes an opportunity to grow, I don't think they would be able to take anyone who is not affiliated. Like, I don't think they would be able to focus on people who aren't affiliated yet, because like Santawa here said in the chat that I wrote, or that I read, is that he said that, like, affiliation is sort of like a trap, and I agree. Affiliation is sort of like a trap. You lock yourself into Twitch instead of being able to multi-stream to different platforms at the same time, which actually is a pretty damn good thing to do for growing, because you're putting yourself out there into multiple platforms at the same time, which gives you the opportunity to grow even more. But I think that if Twitch actually want to put their effort into helping someone grow, they're going to have to choose someone who is sort of locked into Twitch then, so they could probably only focus on affiliated streamers, which then gives another tough topic on, well, how about the people who aren't affiliated, and how are they going to get affiliated in the first place, But yeah, we could discuss that for hours, One thing that I think that Twitch maybe should do, at least, is, like, when you look at all the other streaming platforms out there, they have taken something from Twitch. I'm not sure if this is like copyright stuff, but why can't Twitch sort of take something from some other, platforms? Mixer has a great thing where they have a channel on Fortnite and PUBG that goes around every streamer and hosts the person who is closest to winning a game at that point. So in Fortnite, if you're top 10, you're gonna get hosted by this channel that only walks around and hosts people that are top 10. So the viewers there are basically just looking for action. Like, we want to see people win or be close to winning. So they're just walking around and they can find a channel that has no viewers, but this guy is still top 10 in Fortnite. So we're going to host him, give him 100 viewers, which gives them a lot of exposure that they can gain viewers from. Those 100 viewers might like 5 of those might actually enjoy this guy when they jump in there. Like, oh, he was really good. Like, man, he's really crushing it this game. Top 10, he killed all 10 of them, and he's a funny guy. I'm going to stick around and follow this guy. So that channel is great. And Mixer also has something else where they have like up and rising streamers, people who have good channels and good content and you know, good interactivity with the chat and everything. And they get sort of, from what I understand, all these channels in Fortnite and PUBG and all the up and rising streamers, they get like handpicked from people who work at Mixer. Like, ooh, this looks pretty good actually. Let's put this guy in the up and rising directory for a while and see if he can, you know, take advantage of this opportunity. And I think that's something that Twitch should do as well. Twitch have enough money. They're backed up by Amazon, and Twitch makes so much money. Like, Jesus Christ, look at Ninja. He has like 200,000 subscribers, and Twitch gets a lot of that money, you know. Twitch are making bank. They should put in some of that money into focusing on streamers as well. So get like 5 or 10 people to work at Twitch to scroll through different channels, handpick, oh, this guy has 5 viewers, but he has a great quality looking channel. He's pretty funny. He talks with the chat. Let's put him up in this new directory that we have called Up and Rising. Or like Rising, whatever, you know, something like that. And they would also have some sort of hype zone, which is called a Mixer, where they have like, oh, all the people or people that are top 10 in Fortnite or PUBG, let's host them with 200 viewers, and these viewers can just see some great action to see if this guy's win, and then we just move on to the next one. Twitch should focus on something like that. I mean, like, you don't really need more than 5-10 people who work at Twitch to just walk around different streams and just see like, oh, this guy, yeah, let's put him on this up and rising directory for like an hour. You know, that's enough. Wouldn't really take much. I think that would be a great idea, just giving so many different people the opportunity to grow. And this is actually something that I'm really happy about being partnered in Sweden, because I just wrote to my partner manager, because I heard that you can apparently be on the front website of Twitch if you talk to your partner manager, if you're partnered, and they might be able to put you on the front website of Twitch, which gives you a great growing opportunity. And I've heard from other people that sometimes they don't do that. In the US, for example, there are so many people partnering in the US, and some of them are 10 viewer streamers, like I said, who got in through the back door, but they don't really have that great content. And the partner managers over there, they're like, yeah, I mean, like, you're partnered, but still, I mean, like, yeah, your channel isn't really what we're looking for here, so we're not really gonna put you on the front of the website to give you 4,000 viewers. But I'm happy to have the channel that I have and have a great partnership manager who I've been talking to, and he's probably going to put me up on the front website of what I understand will be Twitch Sweden, because Sweden have their own sort of Twitch website as well, apparently. But it's great for me, you know. So yeah, I think they need to change the system, change the partnership systems, and figure out something to give smaller and medium streamers a bigger chance of growing. But yeah, so we've been talking about this for a long time now, because this is a very big subject, I think, for everyone. Because everyone out there, no matter who you are, no matter what you say you do when you stream, everyone would love the chance to grow, and everyone would love to grow. Even though you just started streaming a week ago and you say, hey man, I just stream because I like to play games. Somewhere deep down, I know that everyone would never reject the opportunity to have 1,000 viewers per day. No way in hell. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to talk about is tips and tricks for streamers out there. And we're going to talk about how to handle being rated, donation goals, and setting personal achievement / personal goals as well. So let's start off with how to handle being rated. Has any one of you guys been rated by like 100+ viewers once, where the chat goes crazy? Young?
Nope, not so far.
Have this happened to you, Hero?
And the most I've been rated for is probably about 50.
Okay, okay. So personally, I've been rated 100 viewers, 200 viewers, 500 viewers, 1,000 viewers, 50, 20, you name it. Somewhere, I think 1,500 is the biggest one that I've ever got. And I would say that when you are being rated by someone big, you have about at most 30 seconds to try to captivate as many people as possible to enjoy your content. So here, let's start off with you as well now. How would you say, like, what do you think would be a good thing to do if you were being rated by 2,000 viewers right now? What would you do? Would you freeze up and panic? Like I said, Twitch, if they're gonna give streamers the opportunity to grow, people need to seize it as well. If you're given the chance, you need to take it. So here, like, what would you do? For example, if you would be rated right now by 2,000 viewers, go. What would you do?
Oh, jeez Louise, I'd be like, I'd probably
Putting you right on the
freak
spot
out.
here, boy. This is a
Yeah,
2,000
no,
viewer
man.
raid.
I mean, come
Chat
on.
is going crazy.
Jeez, what you doing?
Everyone wants
Oh my
content right
gosh.
now.
What? What? First of all, this number cannot be right? It's not legit. No way. This is bull. What the freaking crap? So yeah, just uber freak out moment would be most likely.
Yeah, I think that would be the case for everyone out there who has, like, you know, under 30, 40 viewers, something like that. Everyone would freak out by 2,000 viewers. But like, what would you do? Would you dance? Would you start talking about something crazy? Would you show off your skills in the game? Or like, what do you think? If you think like, okay, what could I do? Because there's no way that you can know exactly what you would do, because like if that scenario doesn't happen, it's hard to actually know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So what do you think you would do?
Man, I tell you what, man. Personally, I don't know. I'd probably pull one of your stunts. I'd have to just like fling off my headphones and just start running around my freaking living room or something. I would just flip the freak out, dude. And then I would, if I could ever calm back down, at least, obviously, probably through an incredibly shaky voice, be like, welcome. Jeez Louise. I'd say that there probably is a proper form of etiquette, to being, rated and or hosted for that many people. Obviously, I think, jeez Louise. I do think about that periodically, though. It's just kind of like, okay, what would I do? What would I do? Would I be able to stay calm, or would I just flip the freak out? Most likely, yeah, I would probably freak out, and as far as like being able to actually captivate that many viewers or as many viewers as possibly can in one go, I mean, obviously, like, really for me, like, I do stream some rhythm games periodically, and so like that's probably a good thing to do, like, hey, welcome, song request is available, if you like this particular kind of music or something of that nature, stick around. Obviously, I think especially if one or two of them decide to follow, I think alerts are actually a pretty good hook, as far as like getting people to want to stick around, off of a follower, off of, maybe create a follower chain, because it's like, holy smokes, I really like this guy's alerts, and first of all, he's really excited that he got rated, and then obviously commentary is huge. So if being able to talk to them, being able to interact with a chat that's obviously just going insane. Oh boy. I don't even really know, man. It was, oof.
It is hard. It is definitely hard. One thing that I can say, first of all, is that, like I said, when you get rated by a big streamer like that, you have a very small time window to actually captivate them all, and actually for them to get to know you, what sort of streamer you are, what content you provide and everything. So I would say, like, if you do get rated by a big streamer like that, freaking out is not a problem. That is not a problem. I freaked out when I got rated by big streamers. I think everyone would freak out if they would get rated by big streamers. Like, what else are you gonna do? You've never handled this, and like the fact that you are the one. Oh my God, I was sitting here with 5 viewers, and now I'm sitting here with 2,600 viewers. That's a pretty big difference, and everything. But you're being put on the spot, so I would say that for everyone out there, if you ever do get rated, maybe have some sort of plan. Like, yeah, if I ever get rated, it could happen tomorrow. It could happen in a month. It could happen in a year. Have some sort of plan what you would do, or just like if you're stone cold, when it happens, provide some great content, or do something just amazing out of like somewhere. Just reach down deep inside of you and just grab something that you've never grabbed before and just put it out there. So for example, when I got rated and everything, I have a very weird channel and everything. I just put on all my stuff. I danced and I did everything like that. I'm like sort of, Tim the Tat Man, get hyped up and stuff like that. But if you're playing, for example, a game like Fortnite or whatever, any game like that, a game like CSGO, if you get rated by that many people, it's time to shine, man. Show people how good you are in this game. Show people that I'm good at this game. I got skill. I got some mad highlights and everything here. Give the people a reason to clip and watch that clip as well, and like, oh my God, man, I want to stick around this for a little bit longer. Actually, this guy's pretty crazy at the game. Or you need to do something out of the ordinary to really show these guys that, hey guys, you should stick around, and if you do follow me, you should come back as well. Because that's the thing. I've been rated many times, but most case scenario, people follow you like crazy, but they're never going to show up again, because they have been with this big streamer for a long time. He has rated a lot of people, and everyone always click that follow button to hype it up once the raid is going on. But there's a very small chance that they're like, okay, I actually want to come back to this channel. Most of the time, they're just there for that 5-minute window when the raid is being done. They want to click the follow button because it's hyping up the guy even more. But do they enjoy the content? Nah, I still like my big streamer. I'm just going to stick to him, So you need to do something special. If it is the gameplay that you do, what you have, any jokes, anything that you can do personally. And for example, like talking about something special. One time when I got rated, I just brought up the weirdest subject that I could think of, and people stuck around for hours talking about this weird subject. I was talking about like different forms of afterlife, and people were like, dude, this guy, man, he's talking about some crazy shit. So they stuck around for hours, and they came back again and everything like that, because I had just the weirdest subject ever to talk about when I got rated. And also saw that Suntara said that, like, thank the streamer, welcome everyone, introduce yourself to that audience. That works in most cases, perhaps. But I think that wouldn't really work depending on who you're being rated by. If you're being rated by 2,000 people, you can't welcome everyone. You cannot read the chat. It's impossible. And if you focus on just talking like a normal person, then you have nothing special. This guy has maybe rated 50 people in the last 6 months. And maybe 25 of those people all do the same thing. They thank the streamer, they welcome everyone, and then they talk a little bit about themselves. That is nothing out of the ordinary. That is nothing special. Unless you have just the most charisma on the whole planet and everyone just falls in love with you and your personality instantly, which is, well, I don't think that ever happens, to be honest. So I would say that, like, when you do get the moment, seize it. Definitely seize it. So YoungTragedy, the things that I've said right now and what Hero said and everything, how do you think that a small streamer should handle followers and everything like that? Because like Hero talked about, like, getting a lot of followers and everything. How do you think a small streamer should handle getting 100 followers? Should they say hello to everyone, or should they focus a little bit on the chat, even though the chat is crazy? Should they try to go into some focused state of mind that, like, okay, now I'm the big streamer, let's act like I'm a big streamer now? What do you think, Young? How would you handle it, and what do you think is the best way to handle it, perhaps?
I would say do like every other bigger streamer does it, because they've done it for so long. It's working for them. Maybe it will work for you. Maybe not from one, but the other big streamer eventually gonna find out what works for you. But yeah, definitely cannot talk with everybody, cannot salute them, say thank you for the follow, for the bits and everything. It's more important to actually play your game, do your stuff, and talk 90% of the time with them because they'll get bored and leave. So yeah.
Yeah, that is
As I was
true.
thinking, like, where you're talking with heavy metal, at least go introduce yourself for like 10-20 seconds maximum, and then say what you play, what you do, what's your goal, under like 50-40 seconds maximum, everything. Just continue doing you.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
about it.
yeah, I agree. And like I say, keep playing the game. If you're playing Fortnite and you're being raided by a Fortnite streamer, well, people are here to watch you play Fortnite. If you just drop the keyboard and sit there talking to everyone for 5 minutes, people are being like, yeah, well, are you gonna play the game today? Like, I thought you're playing Fortnite, dude. So I think
That's a good point.
I think that's very a strong point there as well that you have, Young. Keep doing what you're doing. If you're playing Fortnite and you have 10 kills, and today you're trying to get 20 kills, your kill record, go get 20 kills. Don't let the fact that 2,000 people are spamming the channel like stop you. Read the chat a little bit, everything that you can grab, because like when I've been rated by big streamers and everything like that, most people just spam. It's not like when you're a big streamer, if you've ever seen big streamers, they don't read all the chat, they don't respond to everything, because most of it is just spam, and there's nothing really that you can respond to. But sometimes they say something that they can respond to, and they do it. So keep doing your thing, grab whatever you can out of the chat, thank the followers if you're able to, but don't really focus on that too much. And the thing that you said about the follower alerts and everything like that as well, Hero, it can be pretty troubling when you do get raided to have like a crazy alert. If you have a 10-second alert with some guy dancing and screaming, if you get 100 followers and you have a 10-second alert about some guy dancing and screaming, people are going to find that obnoxious after about 2 minutes.
Also a good point.
Yeah, so, there's so many things that you have to consider if you ever do get raided. So I would say for all the small streamers out there, make up just a little plan in the back of your head, like, okay, I need to sort of be prepared for this is what I'm gonna do, but still be yourself as well. Because if you just stay being yourself and you keep playing the game like you normally do, if people eventually come back, they're gonna see the same you. If you're faking who you are for those 10 minutes because of the people who come in, the next time they come in, they're gonna be like, wait, this guy, I don't really remember this guy being like this last time he was in here. Of course, it's going to be different because you're being rated and everything, but still stay sort of true to who you are as well. Because I've seen some people get rated and they turn into a different person. The next time you're in there, you're like, man, this guy is super boring all of a sudden. And he does absolutely nothing. So, there's a lot of factors that you have to think of. And I think most people should have a plan in the back of their head, because even though you might walk around and think like, oh, no one cares about me, I'm never gonna get rated. Oh, I see on Twitch TV streamers Facebook group that this guy got rated yesterday with 200 viewers. I wish that was me, but that's never gonna happen. Well, it could happen tomorrow. You never fucking know. You never know if tomorrow's the day that Ninja is just gonna say like, what do you guys say? Should we raid some small Fortnite streamer? That would be fun, right? That might be you. So always be prepared, I would say. Don't walk around with your head in the fucking sand, acting like nothing is ever going to happen in your life. Be prepared when it actually does. Okay, so we also have donation goals, and this is just going to be briefly, like, what do you guys think of donation goals? To be honest, I feel like there's no right or wrong when it comes to donation goals. People just have like, some people think it's like, I don't know, and some people think like, yeah, that's not a problem. Young, what do you think of donation goals? Like, do you think it's a good thing, bad thing? When do you think people should have it? When should people not have it?
I like them, but I should have them in some important stuff of your life. Like, hey, I'm talking with a girl or with a boy, and we want to get married or live together. Hey, I'm going to put this donation goal. I need this amount of money, so actually fly them out here, and we can live together. That's one thing that I really like. I need the new chair because they got like a really old bad one from wood 10,000 years ago. Yeah, okay, cool. I wanna get $1,000 to buy me a fishbowl. Hell no, dude. That's my view on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. If you have some, depending on who you are as a streamer and what donation goal you have, I've never been bothered by donation goals. But if you put up like a donation goal like, hey, I want $1,000 because I want to buy a new TV in my living room. I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with streaming? Like, are you fucking kidding me? A new TV in your living room, you know? Like, I would rather take your money from you instead, you know? I would rather rob your place. But yeah, so what do you think, Hero? Do you think that there's nothing wrong with whatever you have, or do you also have like some sort of yeah, I don't know.
I'm okay with donations. I mean, as long as it's like for, you know, pretty much a, you know, if it's going back into the stream itself, then I say, you know, more power to them. But if it's something, if it's like you said, if it's for something absolutely ridiculous, then no. But yeah, I don't see a problem with them really.
Yeah, I agree. I've heard a lot of people say that, like, I despise donation goals no matter what it is. And especially if you're a small streamer or anything, you should never have donation goals. I don't mind it. I mean, like, yeah, especially, I don't think most people mind it as long as you have it for a good cause, like you guys are saying, and I totally agree to that. And then the last thing that we're going to talk about in tips and tricks is setting personal achievement and goals. So with the new Twitch achievements, this actually help people get like a focus that they can really go towards, and I think that's really good. So before I start giving my points and everything, and what I mean by this, does any one of you have any achievements or goals that you're trying to achieve, and that you're just going to set like a bigger one next time? So right now you have 500 followers. Next time it's going to be 1,000 followers. Hero, do you have any of those?
Oh yeah, I mean, the goal is pretty much always to continue to grow and to create a, you know, bigger community. So I guess for me personally, I'm currently sitting at like 383, I believe. So yeah, definitely like I would definitely like to within, you know, the next few months, you know, definitely get that up above 500 if at all possible. Then of course, you know, the goals kind of continue from there. I mean, eventually, I think I've tweeted about this as well as I've said, you know, I would like to by the end of the year, you know, be able to be that full-time self-sustaining streamer, you know, with or without partnership, something of that nature. But always wanting to continue to grow, always wanting the community to grow, you know, and hopefully be able to obviously create better content, you know, how to adapt, you know, the stream as I need to, you know,
Yeah.
as the needs arise, you know, always be prepared, as the motto goes.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I think those are some pretty good goals as well. You shouldn't like follow things and stuff like that. It's easy, but it's still it's like it's a pretty normal goal, but it's still pretty easy to like try to obtain as well, and gives you something to hold on to and try to focus on. So Young, you got any goals, or is it just getting top 1% in Fortnite and showing everyone that you are better than them at Fortnite? You get 100% headshots every single time you play the game. Or do you have any like streaming goals or something like that? That was just a bad joke for me.
For streaming goals, I got like some small goals over there, like 2,000 followers and like 50 subs. Not that bad, manageable. I think I can get it like at the end of the year, but not much with streaming goals. Just the Fortnite goals that I have.
Yeah. I think it's also good to have like a goals in the game that you're playing as well. Setting yourself a challenge in the game that you're playing gives you a lot more fun when playing that game, and can also be fun for viewers as well.
Yeah, I have always a goal in every game, 10 kills minimum. I don't care about the win, I care about the kill. I want 10 kills minimum per game. I try to do anything I can for that all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's way more fun to see me or anybody else killed and go after kill and be in high pressure situation all the time than actually like, I'm gonna camp this goddamn bush and wait it out.
Yeah, I agree. And that goes for like most big Fortnite streamers. The reason they're big Fortnite streamers is mostly because they're pretty good at the game and they get a lot of kills. That's what people like to see. They like to see Ninja and all these guys get 15, 20 kills per game, also hopefully winning the game in the end, but they don't want to see... most of the time, people like Normies, I would say, Normies on Twitch, don't want to see some guy camping in a bush, 0 kills, 10 people left in the game, and he's just gonna camp in the bush for 10 minutes. You know, people are like, oh man, this is Resident Sleeper content right here, you know? Like, this is not what I want to see. That's why Ninja's grown so big. He's a freaking highlight machine. 20 kills every single game, winning a lot, doing crazy 360s, this and that, and jumping off this and doing that, and building here and everything. That's what made him so big as well. One of the reasons that made him so big, because of what he does in the game. So yeah, my feelings on like goals and everything is that I think it's important for everyone to have it. People can get really depressed or really let down because of Twitch. Like, oh man, I've been streaming 3 months now and I'm not super big, which I wanted to be. Setting goals is good to have something to fight for. I want to get that 200 followers and I'm gonna fight for it. That gives you energy every time you start a stream. Like today, I'm gonna try to get 5 followers. But one thing that people need to realize as well is that it can't always go your way as well. You can't really set a goal and just be like, I have to get it no matter what. Because if you don't get it, you're just gonna crush yourself. And this has been something that happened to me a couple of times. Is that like, I really want to do this, I never did, and I got really depressed from it. I really want to average this many viewers for 3 months in a row. You didn't do it, and you're like, oh shit, man, I suck. Or I really want to get 3,000 followers by the end of this month. You didn't get it, and then you're like, oh man, my channel fucking sucks ass. No, it's not about that. It's I think what you said there, Hero, one thing that is great, focus on just improving your content as well. Set smaller goals for yourself to keep on pushing, or like a medium goal. If you don't get it, don't get crushed by it. Keep on pushing. And also always focus on just making great content. That's where the viewers and followers and everything will come from. When you have great content, that's when you get the growth. That's just how it is. That is proven everywhere, on YouTube, on Twitch, everywhere. If you have great content, that's when you grow. Even if you have great content and Twitch don't really give you the opportunity as well, like we talked about earlier, if you have great content and you grind, you're gonna get big no matter what. But yeah, like we talked about, the first topic today is that Twitch still needs to help people in other ways as well, because there are some people out there who have great content and they do grind, but like they just need like one push, and if they're given that push, they could become the next ninja, you know. So yeah, there's that as well. So yeah, that's all the tips and tricks that we have for today. Now we're going to take some questions from the Twitch chat. We only have one question for what I can see right now. It's from Asian Slick Slayer, a former guest on this talk show. Bergerbrush, should a stream community focus on one platform, or should they support all? Which do you think would serve the best? So this question is sort of coming from where you have started on Mixer. And this is a hard question, I would say. This is a very hard question. It is very tough for viewers to flip around between platforms, I think. And it's hard for a streamer if you do flip around platforms. Personally, I would say like try out different platforms, but in the end you have to choose one that you really stick to, because it's going to be easier for you and it's going to be easier for your community. What do you think, Young? Have you ever tried Mixer or any other platform, or have you just been on Twitch and don't really, you know too much about this, or do you think you have like a good idea of what to do here?
I tried Mixer for like 2 days in total, with Fortnite, of course. But there's one thing I did notice, and I was not happy about: the hype train, or whatever it is called there.
Yeah,
for
the hype
10,
zone.
The hype zone goes like more than 50% to the partner streamers, actually. I
Okay.
never had it. I don't know why. I was always in top 10, top 5 so easily, but never had it once. I only saw it like on few partners, and there was this one particular partner that was the bigger one, so she had it like way more. I don't know if it is like this or just by coincidence. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty interesting. I actually didn't know that at all, because most people here know as well, I was on Mixer for a week, then I wasn't on Mixer for a while, then I tried out Mixer one more time, and by that 8th time that I did try Mixer, they had added Hype Zone Fortnite, and I did like a 6-hour stream, and I got hosted by Hype Zone twice that day, and that was like my 8th stream, not partner or anything like that. And I haven't really been on Mixer too much to actually notice what that channel does so much. But then yeah, there might be something there to what you say, Young, that they might just be focusing on, like, the bigger ones that they already have as well. But I've definitely seen it host smaller people as well. But what do you think about, like, community-wise, that James were talking about? Like, what do you think your community should do if you stream on Twitch and then you say, like, hey guys, I'm going to Mixer, I need support there instead? Do you think, like, it would be easy for your community to understand, and they're like, okay, yeah, we're going over to Mixer now, we're going to support you on Mixer? Or do you think it would be hard for them as well? And do you think it's bad or good to switch between the platforms?
I can definitely try, see how it goes, if your community wants or not. But if they really like you as a streamer, some of them will move over there, but don't expect them to be there non-stop.
Yeah.
For example, I love Twitch a lot, even like the design, the layouts. Everybody that I know, it's on Twitch. But yeah, if there's somebody on Mixer, I'll go over there and support him from time to time.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, and like you say, like, if your community and your viewers actually love you a lot, and you talk to them and they're like, yeah, we will support you in Mixer or whatever, I think that's pretty good, because you just need that that building stone on Mixer to try, to get the ball rolling. Because from what I've noticed from Mixer, if you have the first step, it's pretty easy to just keep on going from there if you have some sort of good content or something that sticks out over there. Because it's still, Mixer isn't oversaturated, so it is easier to get exposure over there. What do you think, Hero? I don't think you've ever tried Mixer, right? Have you ever tried any other platform?
No, I haven't. I've been on Twitch the whole time. I think I might have tried the live stream from YouTube once. That was earlier. It was right after they had introduced it, I believe, and I didn't. It didn't really sit well with me personally, just because I like the content, or not the content, but the capabilities, hardware capabilities to actually, like, really do much with YouTube. I still don't have an external capture card. So in order to do anything really with YouTube was kind of out of the question, and just one live stream or two on YouTube's not really going to do a whole lot. When people go to YouTube, obviously they expect, like, high quality editing, or some kind of just content that's kind of that's more pieced together, like, through scenes, if you will, as opposed to, like, a live stream.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty much with YoungTragedy on this one. It's like everybody I know is on Twitch, and I do really enjoy the layout. Now, I have obviously watched other people on Mixer, and that is definitely an interesting looking platform. But and even though I had sent out a tweet, essentially, questioning whether or not, because I'm predominantly a PS4 player, and I had tweeted about, the possibility of Mixer not being as friendly towards, my particular console, and of course they got back with me and said they weren't. But then whenever I went to actually look for some content that I knew would be from a PS4, obviously I didn't see anybody streaming, and I didn't see anybody viewing. So
yeah, I mean, like, all the love to Mixer. I think it's a great platform and everything, and they have, like, a great Twitter account as well. They respond to everything, and they're super active. But the fact that they say, like, yeah, PS4 players are great on Mixer and everything like that, that's complete bullshit.
Yeah,
it's like it's 90% Xbox users and 10%, like 9.9% PC users. There might be 0.1% who are PS4 players or viewers or anything on Mixer. There's no way that what they said in that tweet, because I actually saw that tweet. There's no way that that's actually true. Like I say, if you go to check all the streamers there,
they were pulling my strings.
yeah, if you go to check all the streamers there, they all have Xbox. All the viewers from when I was there, they were all talking about Xbox. I've never seen a single PS4 player or viewer at all on my time on Mixer, even though I haven't been there long. But still, like, the time I was there, I saw nothing. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's like you say, like that sort of pushes you away from Mixer if you're a PlayStation player for sure. Like you don't really have a lot to do on Mixer because it's backed up by Microsoft and backed up by Xbox. So like, what are you gonna do there?
Exactly.
But yeah, so the thing that James was talking about, like, he was talking about like community and everything, and getting help from a community. Now I wrote something else. Sorry, I meant stream community like TeamWithNoName. Do you think stuff like that should support as many platforms as possible, or just focus on one stream, so streamers don't feel left out? Oh,
Well,
sorry, James. I thought you meant like your own community and everything. When it comes to teams and everything, I think Mixer is still a little bit too small to actually have like stream teams and communities like that. And I think it's hard for most Twitch teams out there to actually focus on different sort of platforms. It depends if more streamers start there, maybe. I'm not sure. It would depend on the community itself and the leaders as well, I guess. So yeah, does anyone have any other question, or is there anything else that you want us to give any input on? So we'll just go ahead and write that as well with the @Bergerbrush there in the chat. But yeah, so none of you guys follow any like Mixer channel or YouTube channel or anything like that. I know some people might be following a couple of YouTube channels, especially now when Twitch is coming down hard on some streamers and they're being forced over to YouTube. No, none of you guys like watch any YouTube streamers or anything like that? Young? Maybe not.
I cannot hear it. Can you say again?
Do you watch any YouTube streamers or anything like that?
Well, I watch High Distortion, Ninja, Dakotas.
Oh right, yeah, he's actually on
Yeah.
YouTube. Exactly, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because I actually played against Dakotas back in ISS days.
Oh,
Fight
right.
against him all the time. That's about it.
Do you watch like his live streams, or do you like watch like normal YouTube content?
Rarely the live stream. I watch the YouTube mostly
Okay.
because I like the commentary.
Yeah. Hero, do you like watch any YouTube live streams or anything like that?
Yeah, periodically I'll catch like an achievement hunter live stream or something like that. But usually I prefer the the post-edited works of whenever a live stream is actually posted, because you get that post-editing and whatnot. But
Yeah.
That's about it for me.
Yeah. I think that YouTube still has such a problem with their live stream platform. People really don't like. I'm not sure. I might be a normie on this subject when it comes to YouTube. I mean, like I am when it comes to YouTube streaming, live streaming. I'm such a normie on that subject, but I feel like it's not really meant for like really people to just start streaming there. Everyone always goes to Twitch because they know that Twitch is the top of the top when it comes to live streaming. And the only live streamers who are on YouTube are the ones who used to be Twitch streamers. If you look at like Ice Poseidon and all these guys, and like Asian Andy, from what I understand, is also on YouTube now, and from all I've seen, Twitch is trying to push out Hyphonix from Twitch, and he's been talking about going to YouTube and everything like that. I think that YouTube is sort of more for the people when it comes to live stream who are already big, who already have a great following, that they can just move over there if they're being forced away from Twitch or something like that. I don't know, it's really weird. Okay, so Suntara here. What do you think about communities trashing other communities and some bigger streamers trashing smaller streamers, saying that they're nothing? I think I can give just a brief input on this. That used to happen a lot, yes. Twitch is coming down hard on that now. The new Twitch TOS things. A lot of people were scared that Twitch were not actually gonna enforce the new TOS, and I agree. And they haven't done it. The new Twitch TOS is 50% true and 50% bullshit. They're not enforcing it like they should. But they do enforce it on the point that they wanted to bring out the most. Because that was the most, like, talk and the most, like, shit going on Twitch. Was the harassment of streamers against other streamers and communities between each other. And somewhat towards smaller streamers as well. But Twitch has come down really hard on that. And I don't really see that too much anymore. They stay away from mentioning streamers that they don't know, and when they do mention someone that they know, they don't really go hard on them, and they always state that that's a joke because that's what you do nowadays. If you say something bad about a streamer, you gotta say that it was a joke afterwards because you don't want that Monka TOS. So yeah, I don't think we have to really put too much into that. Maybe Young, sorry here, Hero, but I'm gonna switch it over to Young here because I know that Young is pretty deep into Twitch. Do you
Sure.
agree? Do you agree with me here on this?
Yeah. After seeing his highlights on YouTube of Hyphonix, I can see why Twitch wants him out, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like 90% of it, 90% he will get accepted into YouTube because of course he's gonna bring money and more attention to YouTube.
Yeah, and from what I heard, a lot of people who know Ice Poseidon apparently say that he has a great YouTube network because that's sort of what you have. You have like some company that is sort of connected to YouTube, and you're connected to that company apparently. And a lot of people are saying like, yeah, if you know Ice Poseidon and you're a big IRL Twitch streamer, you can just talk to him. He's gonna get you connected to that network, and then you can just start streaming on YouTube, and you're gonna do great, you know. So that's what most people are doing who are getting pushed off Twitch who know Ice Poseidon, and I know that Ice Poseidon and Hyphonix are good friends, so that's what's gonna happen there in the future. But we're gonna talk about this really soon, actually. So yeah. Really one more quick thing here. At the moment, being a small streamer, I find it hard to be entertaining until I know people are watching. How did you manage to keep being entertaining with no one watching? Yeah, that is the golden question for all the new streamers, but I think it has a pretty easy answer. Would a hero like to take this one since I just switched it over to Young there?
Yeah, sure. I don't mind.
So what do you say? If you have no viewers, what do you have to do?
Well, I mean, for me, it's relatively easy because I usually, since I tend to play games, you know, like Dark Souls and whatnot, there's always lore to fall back on. There's always something to talk about as far as, you know, there's an interwoven story or something like that. It's talk about the game, talk about, you know, talk about, you know, just pretty much anything relevant to what you're doing at that particular moment in time. You know, if you have to take some, you know, maybe take some like little flashcard type notes and just be like, okay, we can cover these topics and whatever. I've had quite a bit of experience, you know, pretty much talking to myself, if you will, but
yeah, I think everyone has that. Like everyone has at some point been a small streamer, and they've had to face that, you know.
Yeah, you have to. So you have to be adept at talking to yourself, essentially carrying on a one-way conversation that there's no guarantee that anybody else is ever going to hear.
Yeah.
So that's why, you know, obviously, whatever, you know, like if it's a game, then, you know, if it's a game such as like Fortnite, since I know that gets brought up an awful lot. Usually what I tend to do with games like that is I tend to do a lot of RPing, role-playing, and just kind of just be like, you know, make up some kind of weird freaking story like, oh, here we go, we're sneaking through the bushes, we're going to find them. Come here, boy, let me get you. You know,
yeah, exactly.
Something crazy like that. Just try to be, you know, again, it's that one-way conversation, but at the same time, you also like try to be as entertaining as you would find, like be the kind of entertainer that you would find entertaining.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I would go for.
Yeah, exactly. Be the entertainer that you would be if you had 2,000 viewers, and like you say,
exactly.
Talking to yourself is a must. If you're a very small streamer and you have no viewers, always talk to yourself. Talk about anything. Talk about the game. Talk about some crazy topics, like you said there. Have some flashcards about some good topics. Cause if you sit there and you do nothing and you talk and say nothing, there might be some viewers who stop by one here and then, but you can't tell because they might not write anything in the chat. But when they come into your channel and you sit there silently, they're like, this is pretty boring, I'm just gonna leave. So they're not even gonna chat at all, and you never know that they were there. But if you're talking about something crazy or doing something crazy, when that person clicks your channel, the first thing that they see is something interesting. They're like, ooh, wait, what is this guy doing? This is actually pretty funny. I want to write hello to this guy. Like, hey, what are you doing? What are you talking about? You know, give them a reason to actually stay in your channel if they swing by, and give them a reason to actually talk to you. So
exactly.
Always keep up any sort of like yeah, not specific, but like some special content. Don't just sit there and do nothing. Always do something. And that goes for everyone. And that's something that, yeah, like we all have had to experience sometime. Like when I started streaming, my first 3 months was me sitting there playing Overwatch, having not a single person in the chat, not a single person stopping by, but I would talk like crazy. I would do different voices. I would hype myself up. I would dance. Oh, I got a triple kill with Farah. I'm gonna dance like crazy. I'm gonna jump on my chair now. No viewers. I don't give a shit. When someone comes in and they see me dancing on the chair, they're gonna be like, "Oh shit, what is going on here?" You know. And something that I want to say as well with this is that, like I still see myself as a small streamer. Most of my viewership comes from, you know, lurkers and different like communities and everything like that. So sometimes my chat can be really silent. I can have like maybe 30 viewers. I can only have like 1 or 2 guys in the chat, and then they have to go BRB, and I have no one in the chat for like 10-15 minutes. And I feel like, man, even though I have 30 viewers, it feels like no one is watching. And I start to think like, man, no one is actually watching my channel. But guess what?
Yeah,
there could be people watching your channel who are not lurking, who are actively watching, but they just don't feel like chatting, or they don't have the option to chat. The other day, I was playing Fortnite or something, I think. And after I was finished with the stream, and I was like, that was a pretty good stream. The chat was lit a little bit here and there. And sometimes the chat was like really dead. After my stream, I went to check like, did anyone clip anything, by the way? Because sometimes when people in channels clip, they usually link it in your channel. Like, I clipped this funny moment of you. But I went to see my clips. And I had 2 clips that I didn't know about because no one said it in the channel. And 2 of the clips were from 2 different people that never followed me and never stopped by in the chat as well. So there was someone out there who was lurking, who still felt like, I actually want to clip this specific moment in this guy's stream, even though he doesn't know that I'm here, even though I have said nothing and I haven't followed this guy. So there could always be someone watching you even though you don't know it. Always stream like you have 10,000 viewers watching you. Always be on top, you know? So that's what I would say on that. So we're gonna jump on into the next subject because we got about 30 minutes left on the regular schedule, and we still have some pretty big things to talk about. So we're gonna jump into my favorite part of my talk show / podcast, and it is the conspiracy corner. Boy, does it get juicy when you hear all that drama going down on Twitch. This guy said that. This guy did that. Oh shit, Twitch banned this guy because of that. Is there conspiracy? Is Twitch like, does Twitch not like this guy, you know? And this time we're gonna talk about Hyphonix. He's cooled down a little bit lately because he did get a 30-day ban. But he has cooled down a little bit, but I still want to bring this up. So I had a talk with my partner manager, and I hope that I'm allowed to say this. I mean, like, it's still a little bit, you know, Monka TOS to actually talk about other streamers and talk about what Twitch is doing, and like you know, I don't want to be silenced by no one. I want to have my opinion. I want to voice my opinion. So I'm gonna voice my opinion if I think that Twitch is doing something weird or something wrong, or I feel like there's a conspiracy. So if you guys see me banned in the future, you know why. It's because of this, but I probably won't get banned. So yeah, that's just a stupid joke. Anyway, so Hyphonix is an IRL streamer who's been on Twitch for many years, I think. Who's been a RuneScape streamer, but lately he got more into IRL and doing crazy things on IRL as well. So to explain what Hyphonix does, he would sit in his room, he would grab his chair, he would throw it in the wall to make a hole in the wall and break his chair at the same time, and he would be really happy about it. He's just breaking stuff. He would fill his bathtub with milk and cereal, jump into the bathtub, splashing milk all over the walls and on the floor, then sitting in his bathtub eating cereals. That's the sort of content that Hyphonix have been putting out lately. And he's been blowing up on Twitch. Everybody loves it. This guy's crazy. What is he going to do this time? You can never anticipate what he's going to do. Is he going to break this thing? Is he going to break that thing? Is he going to pour 6 bottles of Coca-Cola on the floor and play hockey inside in his living room? You never know what he's going to do. It can be anything. and people love it because it's such a special sort of content that no one else is putting out there, that, you know, fucking hell, everyone loves to see stuff break, you know, so of course this guy's blowing up, you know, and he's a pretty funny dude as well, and he has a pretty good personality as well, so people love it. But Twitch has really started coming down hard on this guy. They banned him once for I don't remember what. Then they banned him again because he had a nip slip on stream from a girl that he had on the stream. I understand that. He should definitely get banned by that. But then he received another ban, a 30-day ban, which everyone think is very weird because Twitch never stated why they banned him. And no one really thinks that he did anything against TOS. People have been watching his streams for a long time. And they were like, wait, this 30-day ban, it doesn't make sense. Why did he get banned this time? And whatever anyone is saying, it doesn't sound right. And before that 30-day ban, Twitch actually emailed him, and I'm gonna say what he said because I've seen the clip and everything. Like, I see a lot of clips of this guy on livestream fails, and he got an email from Twitch saying like, "Hey, Hyphonix, you've been you know, doing some crazy shit here on Twitch, and we would appreciate if you would actually." Agreeing with us on breaking your partnership on Twitch, allowing you to go to other platforms, basically YouTube, because he's been talking about YouTube. So Twitch actively reached out to him, asked him, hey man, do you want to be removed from our partnership program and get the fuck out of here and go somewhere else? Because from what I understand, they don't really like this sort of content that he's putting out. And he said, no, I like Twitch, I want to stay here. And then apparently he received a 30-day ban. So the conspiracy here is that Twitch is actively working against streamers that they do not like, trying to push them on off their platform. So the person I think who has the most insight on this between all three of us here is me and YoungTragedy. So I'm going to swing it over to YoungTragedy first to get your opinion first, and then I'm going to see what you have to say about this hero. And you probably haven't heard of this, so I just want to see like what do you think of this crazy news that you're probably hearing now. What do you think of this YoungTragedy? Do you think that it is true? Twitch has grudges against different streamers, and they don't hesitate that much to click that ban button, and they're like, hey man, if you could just take your business elsewhere, that would be really cool. Do you think that this is true when it comes to Hyphonix and maybe other streamers? Tragedy.
Yeah, definitely true. I actually saw this thing when it happened. And he was like really, really edgy about it. At the first, like, yeah, I'm gonna go to YouTube and all that shit.
Yeah, I remember. But he was really into like, yeah, I'm going to YouTube. But then he was like, no, I'm actually not gonna do it, you know?
Yeah. He got scared pretty fast though.
Yeah, for sure. But
there's way more.
Yeah, sorry, keep going. My bad.
There's way more other bigger streamers that you know about and I know about. We talked it.
Yep.
That have like privileges, or I should say.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
Get banned for stuff like that.
I agree so hard, man. There are definitely people on Twitch that should be banned, but Twitch are like, no. These are our favorite streamers. They're not getting banned. And then they're like the people that Twitch don't like, and they're like, oh, this guy did something that was almost bannable. I'm gonna ban him anyway. Ha ha ha. I feel like that is definitely true, and so yeah, Young. Do you think that like for Hyphonix case, for example, do you think that Twitch just please go somewhere else, and they're doing everything they can to push him off the platform?
Yeah, because of their new TOS, they really wanted him out, I think.
Yeah, that is.
But if he was smart, he was like, hey, let's work it out. I still want to do this, but maybe little limited, and still be okay with the TOS and still do my stuff. Think should have went to the middle ground somewhere, but I don't know what he was thinking.
Yeah, I agree, and to be honest, like I said, this is just a conspiracy. I don't know Twitch's thoughts or any of this is true, but I feel like they should do that. Both of this streamer and Twitch as a platform should find some middle ground, because I like Hyphonix. He's a fun dude. He does have fun content. I mean, like, you're never bored if you're in his channel, which is a good sign. And I mean, like, he has subscribers and bits and everything. He makes money for Twitch. So I don't think that Twitch should just try to push him off the platform. They should try to find some middle ground where, hey man, you can do some crazy shit as long as it's not too crazy, you know? and like I said, Twitch feels like they've been trying to push him off the platform, but they actually did find some middle ground recently. If you heard of that, during Hyphonix 30-day ban, he is not allowed to be on any other stream, and he has another streamer living in his house or apartment called Black. Apparently, his Twitch name is Black. Weird, I know, but this guy's also pretty chill, and he's pretty nice. And they're really good friends. They're like best friends, and they live in the same apartment or house, whatever, where they live. But still, Black was not allowed to have Hyphonix on the stream or even being heard on the stream. How do you live in a, for example, if they live in like a 3-room apartment, how do you live together and you can't make noise and you can't walk around your apartment because you don't want to get your friend in trouble on Twitch? But apparently he contacted Twitch and they said like, yes, it's all right, you can be on his channel, you can walk around in real life and actually talk, as long as you're not the main focus of the channel. And that, I think that's really good that they actually found some middle ground there. And I'm like, Hyphonix does want to stay on Twitch, so I think they really need to work something out there. So Young, you also know like other streamers as well that, you know, get the better treatment than others. So how many streamers do you think that Twitch should ban, but they don't ban because they like them too much? How many, like, how many names ring a bell in your head? Would you say like 5 or maybe 10?
Like right off top of my head should be 4. Right, it's instantly like that.
Yeah, I think like 3, 4, 5 as well. These people should not have lifetime bans. They should have received a 24 or 7-day ban at least. But they won't do it, and they're probably never gonna do it, you know.
Yep, never.
Yeah. All right, so Hero, you're probably absorbing all of this because, no offense to you, but I feel like most people in TeamWithNoName and most people that I know on Twitch around me, my viewers, my fellow streamers, most people are what we call normies.
Oh, I'm a big-time normie.
Yeah, you're a big-time normie, exactly. So after absorbing all of this information, what do you think? Have you ever heard of this? Is it completely, like, is it crazy? Do you think it's bullshit? Do you think that me and YoungTragedy are out of our minds saying what we're saying?
Actually, no, I I do agree with you guys, but we did kind of see something similar to this not too long ago with a particular YouTuber who was pretty much ousted. Now, granted, situation was different because what was done with said YouTuber was worthy of being banned, for sure. And of course, if you don't know, I'm referring to PewDiePie. Of course, he was ousted from YouTube and making YouTube content. And of course, it was a very viable ban because what he, did clearly broke their terms of service.
Yeah.
But as far as what I am gaining from this, it does seem a bit, dodgy. To ban a guy that's very clearly making content, that's gaining viewers, that's making money for Twitch. Yeah, it seems a little bit out there. But as far as like Twitch, basically trying to ban or oust people, streamers that they don't like in favor of those that they do, and the ones that they do like are very clearly breaking the TOS.
Yeah.
Then obviously, I take beef with that big time, because I'm all about, you should show fairness to everybody, and just because this big name guy who has 600, 700,000 followers, and it should not, make sure I say that correctly, should not, that person should not receive proprietary treatment simply because they are this big name, or whatever. I mean, we already see things of that nature take place in real life as well. Not saying that Twitch isn't, but if the CEO of a company is being caught embezzling, you oust the CEO. even if it's proven that he's, bringing in money to the company. If he's breaking the law or breaking whatever establishment rules might be there, then he's supposed to be ousted. 100%. No ands, ifs, or buts about it. So yeah, that's basically where I stand on that.
Yeah, yeah, and like from a personal opinion, I agree. Twitch should be fair. I'm not saying that some of my favorite streamers, like for example, I love Soda Pop, and I like the biggest reason that I came to Twitch and that I wanted to start streaming all these years is because I started watching Soda Pop, and I'm like, dude, this seems like so much fun. I would love to do this. I mean, like, not really love to be like that big, just streaming overall and just playing games and online and everything like this, and have people to talk to. But like, for example, if Soda Poppin would do something that should be banned, I say like, yeah, ban his ass. Even though he's my favorite streamer in the world, and I would not want him to get banned, if he did something that should get him banned, he should get banned. And if he did something that you should not be banned for, then you should not be banned for it. No matter who you are on this platform, no matter who the fuck you are, how big or small you are, it should be fair to everyone. But a lot of people are getting very upset because they are seeing many, many times that this is not the case, that it's fair for everyone. And there's a lot of people sort of rioting, or whatever you want to call it, on different forums and over Twitch, and different streamers are even rioting over this. And that's one of the reasons why the new TOS even came into place the first time, because a lot of streamers started talking shit about other streamers, like, hey, this person should be banned because of what content they're putting out, but they're not getting banned. I fucking hate this streamer. And then Twitch was like, oh man, our platform is getting so toxic now because streamers are talking shit about each other. We need to update the TOS. Just another form of like securing the streamers that should get banned from getting banned at all. Like, I don't know, it's just so weird. Like, I feel like the new TOS is so weird. Yes, they need a new TOS, absolutely. Sadly, they're not enforcing it correctly. And it feels like, and it's another conspiracy theory that we already talked about on the channel, is like, I feel like the new TOS is just in place somewhat, just to protect their favorite streamers even more. It's so weird, man. It's so weird. But yeah, alright, so enough about that. I mean, like, there's not really too much to talk about. For the people who know the Hyphonix situation, you might agree with us or disagree with us, depending on what you've seen from Twitch and everything, and what you think of him as a streamer and the content that he provides, because I can somewhat agree with Twitch. He does put out some pretty crazy content, Hyphonix does. I mean, like, yeah, it's not, the normal stuff that you see someone sitting in front of their PC just talking. This guy's literally breaking chairs into his freaking wall, which is really weird. So I could understand that Twitch is like, yeah, this might not be the content that we want, but I mean, like, he's not breaking any rules. If he's throwing a chair into his wall, he's not breaking any rules. He shouldn't get banned for that, That's all I'm saying. So the last topic that I want to talk about now, and we have about 15-20 minutes to talk about this, sadly, as well. The last topic that I want to talk about is something that I've been getting a lot more into lately. I wouldn't say that I have been a normie at all, but I've been somewhat of like half a normie the last couple of years, until like the last couple of months. And the normie talk is so weird. People are like, what are normies? What are not normies? And there's so many big streamers right now talking about normies. It's become such a big meme and everything. But what it really comes down to is differences in communities. And I would say how deep you are into Twitch, and like the deeper Twitch communities. So, like I said earlier, I feel like YoungTragedy, you are absolutely not a normie. You're like pretty deep into Twitch. And Hero of the Story, you're somewhat of a normie. And most people ask, like, what is a normie then? What do you mean? What is a normie? And what's all this bullshit about? Is it bad being a normie? No, it's not bad being a normie. Absolutely not. And is it good being not a normie? No. I mean, like, people are people. It's just like how you view Twitch and the sort of communities that you're in, I would say. But so to give some background on this, a normie, like people on Twitch and all the big streamers and everything, and people who are not normies would say, a normie is a person who don't really know too much about Twitch. Just imagine you've been on Twitch for a week, and instead of writing, for example, poggers in the chat, the better Twitch TV emote poggers, Instead, you scroll through the global Twitch TV emotes and you write, oh, I'm gonna write, man, they're so weird, so many weird emotes. I'm gonna write RGB8. Haha, this seems like a fun emote. Haha, this is the emote I'm gonna use for this. And non-normies would be like, dude, look at this fucking normie. Like, is he writing RGB8 in the challenge? That global emote? Like, who fucking uses that global emote, man? I feel like some non-normies sort of don't really like normies, which is weird. Like, they despise them. I don't think no matter who you are on Twitch, you shouldn't be discriminated in a way like that. But I don't know. This is such a weird subject, to be honest. But yeah, so normies are people like who are new to Twitch, who don't really know a lot about Twitch, don't really know all the memes and know all the stuff that's going on here. A normie is a person who don't use better Twitch TV emotes, don't even know what better Twitch TV are, don't really know all the memes about the big streamers or all the memes on Twitch overall and stuff like that. And there's been a lot of talk about like how Ninja's channel has blown up thanks to normies. Because Ninja streaming on Twitch for 6-7 years, never really became that big. Started playing Fortnite and he got like 10,000 viewers. He got 20,000 viewers. But Ninja is very active on YouTube, bringing a lot of YouTube people and kids over to Twitch. And since they haven't been on Twitch yet, they're normies. And a lot of people are talking about, like, I saw a clip a couple of weeks ago where a guy talked about the Ninja hype and all the viewership on Twitch. When people walk around on Twitch as streamers, we all walk around and we dig for gold, basically. We're digging, I'm trying to find gold. But instead of gold, we're searching for normies. The best way to get viewership, the best way to grow your channel, the best way to get really big is to find normies, you know? And that's what happened to Ninja. He found the normie gold mine. He's averaging hundreds and thousands of viewers right now, getting 200,000 subscribers and everything because he found the normie gold mine. So Young, you definitely understand what I mean here, because I feel like it's so weird because as somewhat of a non-normie, I don't know if I want to call myself a non-normie. That, like I said, it just feels weird to like differentiate whatever you want to call it, like people. But yeah, so as a non-normie, whatever, when I started talking to you, I was like, this guy, he knows what is up. He knows he's not a normie, you know. That's how I figured that, like, I don't know, like, and in a weird way, that's how I figured as well that I like you as well, Young, because I feel like we connect on another level that I just don't do with other people, which is really weird. So Young, what do you think about like normies and everything, and how some of the bigger streamers view normies? Like, have you ever watched Greek God, who has a lot of normie memes, and maybe Soda Pop and all these guys? What do you think? Like, do you think that they despise normies, or do you think it's just a meme and like normies is what everyone actually needs?
It's like half and half. For example, I watched the king of what do you call it? The memes, Forsen.
Yeah. I forgot to say Forsen as well. The king of memes, indeed.
That dude.
Yeah, for sure.
I really think like that dude is like on a whole new level. Like, he really despises normies, but others like, which one should I say? I suppose Poseidon is like half and half. Like, that doesn't really care about normies or non-normies.
Yeah, I agree.
Greek God, of course, is like full of ego. That's we the best.
Yeah.
So
That's
like
true.
personality types. I really don't care about it. Like, I consider myself not a normie.
Yeah.
Because I've been on Twitch for like so long, I understood all the memes and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't think they're bad or better than each other. Just whatever you like.
Yeah. I mean, like, why would you be a worse person or a worse viewer or a worse streamer just because you haven't been on Twitch for 6 years or don't know all the memes? Like, that shouldn't be a bad thing. And I think that normies are essential to Twitch. Like they're saying, why is Ninja so big? Because of normies. Would you rather not accept people who are new to Twitch and get lower viewership, or would you rather have 100,000 viewers and become the biggest Twitch streamer ever? Everyone is going to take the biggest Twitch streamer ever, you know, like, and myself as well. So yesterday I had a stream where I was playing with viewers in Fortnite, and I'm not gonna lie, it did come in a lot of younger people into my channel, wanted to play with me, who are basically 100% normies when it comes to Twitch. And I mean, like, dude, they're still viewers. I'm getting viewers from this. I'm getting followers. I'm building my community. I'm getting to know a lot of people, even though they're young. I never had a problem with playing with someone who's 13 years old. A lot of people are like, I don't want to play with someone 13, like a squeaky voice. I don't give a shit. I was that person once. That doesn't mean that they're a bad person. I could play with them. I don't give a shit. I played with a lot of younger people yesterday. I had a lot of fun. I won a lot of games. And it was amazing. So I think normies is essential. And like this guy said in his clip, everyone is trying to find them, because the more normies you have or the more non-normies you have, it's all the same. It's viewers. And all streamers, you know, we want more viewers, basically. And like you say as well, Young, some streamers out there, I think they do despise normies. Forsen is the king of memes. For the people who don't know Gachi Gasm and everything like that, and so many memes on Twitch, Forsen is behind all of them. He's the meme god. And his channel is just a meme itself and everything that goes on there. And it's like I say, he probably don't like normies too much. Soda Poppin', I would say, is 50-50. He can throw in a little bit memes about normies here and there, but I think he does have a lot of normies in the channel, and he understands it. Like I say, Greek God, a lot of normie memes and a lot of normie hate. But I think that, like, he's the kind of guy who would love to accept normies any day of the week as well, you know. And yeah, there's so many streamers that you could talk about this and everything, but yeah, I don't think there's really no point of us getting into that. All right, so here, let's swing this over to you now. Then, sorry to call you a normie, by the way. I mean, no offense, really, to anyone out there who feel like you are a normie, or if I call you a normie, no offense. So, have you ever really seen any of these streamers who started some of the Twitch memes and who are the OGs of Twitch and all this better Twitch TV stuff that most of these guys are doing, that I've been doing a lot lately, and I've been doing for a while as well? Like, I've been trying to focus in some more better Twitch TV into TeamWithNoName, for example. I'm trying to get more people to use poggers and hypers, because that's, you know, the main focus of, like, the emotes right now on Twitch. A lot of people are really into hypers now as well, because a lot of streamers are adding that emote, and poggers has been a big one for a while, and it's still big, but I feel like it's probably going to die out sooner or later, since hypers is taking over anyway. So how do you feel on this? Like, is this such a brand new world to you? Like, oh shit, you've been on Twitch for a while now at least, and there's still so much to explore, so much more to learn. Do you think, like, it's weird being not being a part of that community, or do you think like it's good because I can become a part of that community in the future and I can embrace that as well?
Yeah, exactly. No, that you've nailed it right there. Is I mean, I'm really not familiar with, you know, most of these memes coming out off of these bigger channels, and I certainly don't understand the hate. But but yeah, the way I look at it is like, yeah, I've noticed you know, the integration of better Twitch TV, you know, coming into Discord and in other you know, channels and whatnot. But yeah, I look at it as an opportunity for, you know, me to, you know, basically explore a brand new world, if you will, of memeage, which I do thoroughly enjoy. Um, I freaking love memes.
Yeah,
But
exactly. Like, everyone loves memes, so, you know, like, just getting a brand new world of memes is pretty good.
oh yeah, it's fantastic. But yeah, yeah, I mean, yeah. But again, like I said, though, I don't really understand the hate between, you know, someone like myself and someone, you know, like you guys who have, you guys have your heels dug in, you know, you're deep in the trenches, if you will, of Twitch, and really kind of know the ins and outs of the memes and what all is really kind of going on. And I actually look at it as like I said, a great learning opportunity. I can learn from guys like you that you know, especially since you don't show any kind of adversitment towards towards a normie such as myself or anyone else, is just like, oh, look at this. What is this? I really should kind of look into this. I mean, hell, I was streaming on Twitch for like 4 months before I decided, okay, what the hell does Kappa actually mean? You know?
Super normie. Is that what we want to
Yeah, oh
call
god,
that?
that was so bad. I was,
Don't
I was
even know
such
what
a
kappa
fucking
is.
pleb noob.
That's a new form of normie right there. Don't even know what kappa is. The official emote on Twitch.
Oh yeah, that's terrible. Yeah,
Nah,
I'm a terrible
that's just
person
funny actually.
anyways.
That's just funny actually.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I mean, man, maybe I should have rebranded to the Normie. But no, seriously though, yeah, like I said, I just think of it as a great new, great new integration, and just a really fun way to learn something, a little bit different. But yeah, yeah, the hate's definitely not necessary. The discrimination of any sort. I mean, regardless of what it may entail, I think is highly unnecessary. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, obviously I have nothing against normies being one.
Yeah.
That would be kind of weird if I did. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. Oh, Jesus Christ. My battery's running low, and I can't seem to plug this in because I'm a dumbass. Oh, it's actually over here. There we go. It's plugged in. Let's get back into it. But yeah, so, yeah, like you say, it's always fun to getting open to a new world of memes and everything, and explore more and stuff like that. And yeah, there's no problem with being a normie, and not even a super normie. If you don't know what kappa is, no problem. You're gonna learn that stuff. The more you're on Twitch, the more you're gonna learn that stuff and everything. One reason that I'm trying to get TeamWithNoName people more involved with sort of the non-normie side is that there is a big community. Like I think that there's a big difference in communities on Twitch. You have the normies, you have the non-normies, and then you have the sort of middle ground that, like, I would say most viewers are. I would say that, like, most viewers on Twitch are in the middle ground. Then you have a lot of normies, and then you have some non-normies that are sticking around a couple of channels. But I think that, like, if you open yourself up to all the three worlds, that gives you another chance for growing, or another chance for, like, putting out content and connectivity with everyone on Twitch. So if you would get hosted today by, for example, let's say you go live right now, Hero. In 1 hour, Greek God X hosts you with 10,000 viewers, and they all start spamming Omega LOL in the channel, but you don't have better Twitch TV and you don't have Omega LOL. People are gonna be like, oh man, this guy don't have Omega LOL. Ah, fuck this dude, I'm out of here, But if you're already a part of that community, sort of, people can, like, already connect to you. They're like, yeah, man, let's spam some Omega LOLs in the chat because, like I said, it's so many different communities. Normies would probably spam PogChamp if you do something good, but non-normies would spam Poggers. If you fucked up and you did something funny, someone would maybe write just haha and a smiley face if you're a normie, but people would write Omega LOL if you're a non-normie. Like, it's such a big difference on how people interact with you in the channel and in the chat, and how people watch your stream and how they feel about your stream when you have this other side to you as well. And I feel like being open to all three worlds is good, because then you can connect with everyone that comes into your channel, no matter who they are. So that's why I'm trying to force in, like, I'm spamming all these emotes in TeamWithNoName Discord and telling people about, yo man, you should get better Twitch TV. Like, I walk into this channel, I write Omega LOL, and I'm like, oh, I noticed you don't have Omega LOL. You should get that, by the way. It's a pretty good emote, so like, all the big streamers, are using this emote like crazy. It's not about using global Twitch emotes anymore. It's all about, better Twitch TV emotes. Which is just another topic as well. The fact that Twitch has 200 global emotes, I think. 190 of them are useless, that no one uses. And all the good emotes are on better Twitch TV. Do you guys feel like Twitch should do like they did with the LOL emote? Because the LUL emote used to be a better Twitch TV emote, which then was the most used emote on Twitch. Then Twitch took that emote from better Twitch TV and added it to their own global emote section. Do you think that they should do that more? Get rid of some of the bad ones and actually add, like, the stuff that's actually being used the most? Do you think that they should do that? Hero, do you think they should do that? Like, I'm not sure if you've seen Omega LOL that much, but do you think that they should add Omega LOL
Oh yeah, definitely.
to the global Twitch emotes, and maybe get rid of, like, if I just pull up the emotes here and I scroll through, I'm like, okay, so this emote, Super Vinlin, who the fuck is this? Bat chest, I don't know what this is. Like, call me a normie here. Maybe these guys are like OG streamers and everything, but who the fuck uses the T-Tors camera emote? I've never seen that being used ever. What is this? Panic basket. I've never seen that emote being used anytime in any channel at all. Get rid of this shit. Get in the good emotes there. People who are normies or people who are new to Twitch who don't even know what better Twitch TV is, how are they gonna learn if it's an plugin on your Google Chrome browser that you need to activate and then flip around with the settings to even use it? Like, no wonder people are normies, you know? Like, Twitch isn't making it easier for people, you know? So I feel like they should do that. What do you think, Young?
Oh, I got plenty of ideas. Like, first of all, they added a goddamn KFC bucket recently.
Oh.
Like, really?
Dude, oh man, the KFC bucket. There's so much talk going on about that KFC bucket. Did you see Trihex talking about, like, what the fuck is this? He's like, Twitch, come on, what are you doing? There's already enough, like, commotion and controversy around the tryhard emote.
Exactly.
People are being like, they should remove it, but if they remove it, that's just racist. But people are using it in a racist way and everything. And then they add a KFC bucket thing, and people are like, dude, are Twitch like... Twitch said in the new TOS, you should not enable, like, racism in your channel or in your community or anything like that. And they're sort of enabling it themselves in a way here.
Exactly.
I don't know, man. This is thin ice that everyone is walking on when they talk about this, and what Twitch is doing is weird, man. I don't know.
I think there is a website to detect how many emotes are getting used or the list getting used and just delete them.
Yeah.
And put the most used from Better TTV in the global emotes, and that's it. Finished.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, the first talk show that I had was when LeBone was with me, and in the end, I had, like, a trivia where I asked him, like, what do you think is the most used emote on Twitch? The most used better Twitch TV emote on Twitch and everything. And he was like, oh, I don't know. And he said, like, the emotes that he could think of. I'm like, no. It's Force and E. It's like Forsen's emote, and it's Greek God, Brow, and it's Try Hard, and, you know, shit like that. And yeah, like, there's some weird and wild shit going on Twitch, and especially the better Twitch TV emotes are the ones being used the most. So just put them in there, because no one is fucking using Panic Basket, but everyone is spamming fucking Omega LOL every day, all the time, you know, so I don't know, it's weird. Yeah, I'm a normie. Yeah, but yeah, alright, so it's been over 2 hours. It's about time we wrap this up now, I would say. So we are gonna do this, that we are going to give you guys some shout outs, because you guys have been amazing to have on the show. So let's start with YoungTragedy. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel today, being on the talk show, and you've been amazing, my man. You are, like, I feel like you're one of my closer friends on Twitch, because, like I said, I don't know why. I don't want to hate on non-normies, but I just feel a different connection to you. Like, I can talk to you about stuff that I can't talk to others about, and all these memes and all these emotes that I love to use, I can't really use them in a lot of channels except for, like, your channel, because I know that, like, you know what's going on, you know.
Yeah, I get them.
Yeah, so yeah, but thank you so much for stopping by. Twitch.tv YoungTragedy for anyone listening or that is in the channel right now. What just happened? Why did I just spam my own channel? Tragedy. Jesus Christ. Twitch.tv YoungTragedy. Go follow him on Twitch. He's a great streamer, pushing Fortnite content like crazy. One of the better players that I've seen. He's absolutely amazing. I have no doubt that you will get that 1% one day, my friend. No doubt. Young, is there anything that you wanna plug here? Something crazy coming up on your stream soon? You wanna throw out your Twitter, your YouTube, whatever, anything? Like, you got anything coming up? Say it now. let the world know what Young Tragedy is up to.
Well, I mostly use my Twitter, like Young Tragedy with 2 Y's at the end. That's it. So far, no YouTube until I get a new PC.
Okay. You got anything crazy coming up soon on stream? Anything special like a 8, 12, 24-hour stream?
Yeah, I'm doing
play with viewers, or you're getting close to your 500 win or anything like that? I know you're at like 320, but I was just saying.
I'm gonna do like 12 hours when I get the new PC on Monday or Tuesday. I'm not sure when.
Okay, so Monday tomorrow or Tuesday, or you mean next week, or you mean tomorrow?
In 1 or 2 days from now.
Okay. So yeah, everyone, be ready. Tomorrow or in 2 days, Young Tragedy is gonna do a 12-hour stream, and he's probably gonna get like 25 wins in that stream. Easy. Freaking emote in the chat for the non-normies here. Yeah, okay, so there I linked your Twitter as well, twitter.com/youngtragedy with double Y there in the end. So let's swing it over here to the hero of the story, the newly rebranded. So you just rebranded your stream, you got new alerts coming up soon, you got some new content that you're going to put out there with Dark Souls and everything. Are you going to start off by some crazy stream? Are you going to start off with anything special, or are you just going to be grinding every day? Are you going to stream 6 hours every day for 30 days, 30-day challenge? What is happening in the future, my man?
I wish I could.
Yeah.
I really wish to God I could, but no, the inconsistency of my job doesn't really allow me to do that. No, pretty much schedule will resume as usual, you know, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Friday I might try to go for at least 8, and then who knows, maybe Saturday we'll do something. I don't know. I gotta try to come up with something maybe. But yeah, pretty much it's just, I mean, it's still me. Obviously, I'm still myself. So, not going to be really doing anything too crazy. I mean, well, aside from with the Dark Souls content, I am trying to do basically a I guess what you would call a naked run. I'm just going to try to beat like every boss with just my fists.
Okay, so you're going to do like some challenges and everything, because I want to understand that's pretty big in that community, doing challenges, everything. A lot of people enjoy that.
Yeah, challenge runs are amazing. I suck at them, but you know, hopefully I can at least make my being terrible entertaining.
Yeah, well, from what I understand, a lot of people find that a lot of very funny as well on Dark Souls. That sometimes, you know, you can screw things up, and oops, I fell out of this.
Yeah, there's your
bridge, you know,
right there.
Yeah, exactly. Some content that you could definitely omega lol to. Sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, but yeah, and then of course, yeah, I'm just continuing to hopefully just make things better as I keep progressing. I mean, we got the hype of the Dark Souls 1 remaster coming up in May. I might try to do a 12-hour stream for that. I believe that's like May 25th.
20? Did you say 24-hour stream? Yeah.
I already tried that once. It failed miserably. Don't bad memories.
You said you're gonna do a 24-hour stream this time, and you're gonna make through it the whole stream. Okay, that's good. Okay, we have confirmation. We have confirmation here, guys. Here, the hero of the story. He's gonna do a 24-hour stream in May when Dark Souls 1 is getting a remastered version. Everyone, write that down in your calendar. May, hero of the story, 24-hour stream. Good. All right, perfect.
It's a good thing I love you, man. It's a good thing.
Yeah, I'm just here to push you guys to grow more, man. I'm just here to push everyone that I can.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll do 24-hour stream on May the 24th.
Poggers! Poggers, dude!
Yeah, boy. You boy.
You go get better Twitch TV poggers in there, and I'll be there in May, spamming poggers every minute for 24 hours. How many minutes in it in 24 hours? So if I do one poggers emote every minute for 24 hours, how many poggers emotes is that?
You're gonna have to set up a special bot command that gets linked into my channel somehow, just so it spams that emote.
No, dude, I'll be there personally to fucking actively sit there and write poggers myself. every
knowing
single
you
time.
would.
I'm not even gonna copy the word poggers. I'm gonna manually write it every single time. Poggers, poggers, poggers,
Oh, we
poggers.
have confirmation of that now too.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
hold him to his word, you guys.
Yes. If you're gonna do a 24-hour stream, I have to be there as well, writing poggers every minute.
You're going to be doing a 24-hour side by side. We'll do a multi-Twitch, even though you'll be playing a totally different game.
I will just be live filming my keyboard, writing poggers all over all the time, over and over.
Best IRL stream ever, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, awesome. So yeah, there you have it, guys. Big thanks to the hero of the story and YoungTragedy for swinging by and being guests on the show. Sorry, Hero, that it was on such short notice because I didn't find any other guest before this. But I think
You're really scraping the bottom of the barrel here, you know?
No, dude. I got the best of the best here, boy.
Hoorah.
We got the best, homie. But yeah, thank you guys super much for stopping by, even though it was from short notice. And to you as well, Young. I know we talked about it for a while that you were going to join, but still I talked to you like Thursday, like, oh, by the way, it's this Sunday, you know, so I'm really sorry about that. The next time is going to be, let me see here, in 2 weeks, Sunday in 2 weeks. That's the 8th of April, I think. Yeah, the 8th of April is the next time that I'm going to do a talk show / podcast. And it will probably be about full-time streaming, part-time streaming, growing your community, like explosively growing your community, and different form of communities in games that we sort of brushed on today with the Dark Souls thing. Hopefully, I cannot promise, but I've been talking to her a little bit. Hopefully, I can get DC Laura 1 in here. She's a pretty big streamer, averages like 300, 400 viewers over at Path of Exile. She is definitely one of my favorite streamers of all time. She is absolutely amazing in any way possible. Great content, great personality. She's really fun. She's getting better at the game. A little bit of a meme here that she's not that good at the game, but she's much better than I ever was, to be honest. And she's getting much, much better as well. She's doing some crazy things over there with Havoc and the top tier players and streamers right now as well. So she is incredible. Is she a normie? She's as far from a normie as you can get, Lebone. She's making her own memes. I mean, like, she is part of the meme making non-normies, to be honest. But yeah, hopefully I can get her to join and we can talk about some of that stuff. And I'll see who I make my second guest to be. I was hoping that I could get someone else who is like small / medium sized from Path of Exile, because I want to talk a lot about Path of Exile that time and the community over there, because the Path of Exile community is like nothing else I've ever seen. So yeah, thank you super much for stopping by. 8th of April, the same time, 6 p.m. CET, 12 p.m. EST. We're going to talk about full-time streaming, part-time streaming, different communities and games. We'll see what the Conspiracy Corner is going to be about then as well. It's been great having you here on twitch.tv/Bergerbrush. And I am your host, of course, Bergerbrush. So thank you super much for stopping by. I will see you around. And if we have enough people here, maybe we could raid someone. I just saw that Axley hosted me and raided me.